Welcome to the Floorzap product tour, how top dealers run their business in one system. I'm Chris Friest, account executive here at Floorzap. Before that, I was a flooring store owner for over 20 years right here in Iowa. I used Floorzap as a client long before I ever joined the team here. So everything I'm about to show you today comes from firsthand experience. We've got flooring dealers, managers, and team members from all over the country joining us. And whether you're exploring Floorzap for the first time, or you're already a client looking to learn a few new tricks, you're in the right place. My goal today is simple: to show you what your day looks like when all the moving parts of your business, leads, quotes, installers, scheduling, and accounting, finally talk to each other. No fluff, just a live look at the system we built for flooring dealers like you. Does that desk look like any of yours? Let's start with the reality most flooring stores live in. You've got 4 or 5 different platforms, maybe more. One for estimating, maybe you're using Joist or QuickBooks or Excel or a notebook to write quotes. Another for scheduling, Google Calendar, a whiteboard, a planner. Another one for taking payments, Square, Stripe, QuickBooks, or maybe you're not taking credit cards at all. An entirely different system for getting work orders to your installers, Microsoft Word, a notepad, text messages, and probably a few sticky notes holding the whole operation together. You spend more time copying data than selling floors. Margins are a mystery until weeks later, and when something goes wrong, everyone's pointing fingers instead of pulling reports. Does that sound familiar to anybody? When I owned my flooring store here in Des Moines, every morning started the same way. Installers were calling me, texting me at 6 a.m., wondering where materials were or where they're working that day. The sales team was asking me which leads they got to run for the day. My bookkeeper calling, emailing, texting me, manically trying to figure out which installers were due paychecks this week. I'm sure that sounds familiar to a lot of you also. I lived in that chaos for years until I found Floorzap. I used it for 3 years before joining the team, and it completely changed how we ran the business. Let me change my screen here a little bit. Floorzap was built by people from within the flooring industry for flooring dealers. We know your challenges because we lived them. It's web-based, so there's nothing to download or install. You can log in from any computer, tablet, phone, anything using a web browser. Whether you're in the office, in your showroom, or out in the field, you have full access to everything. This here is your Floorzap dashboard, your business home base. At a glance, you can see live sales reporting, your sales team ranked. You see their total volume, their profitability, their average profit margins, even their closing rates, all live. As they're closing deals throughout the day, this is updating. You see all open jobs and their status. You see all of your scheduled tasks. This calendar is separate from your installation calendar. This task calendar is where you're scheduling those in-home estimates, follow-up calls, deliveries. And down here, you see your installation calendar. It gives you a clear pulse on how your store is performing every day. Over here on the left is your workflow menu. It follows the same path your business does. Starting with leads, going through quotes, work orders, scheduling, reports, and everything in between. Let's start right at the top with leads, where every dollar begins. When a new lead comes in, whether from online or they've walked into your store or called into your store, They all land here, one place. No sticky notes, no confusion, no missed opportunities. Let's create a new lead together. I'm going to create a new lead using my phone number so that I can show you on the left-hand side here with my phone screen what the customers you work with, how they will interact with Floorzap. Lead source. Everywhere that you've got marketing and advertising, you'll have in this list. This is a list that you can update daily if you want to. Start tracking those lead sources and see where business is coming from. We'll say, I'm the salesperson, customer type, I'm a retail customer. We're going to call me Bob, the buyer. My phone number. No spamming me, please. You can also collect multiple email addresses, notes about the lead. As you start typing in their address, you'll see that Google Maps provides a list of options. You choose the correct one. You always have validated, verified addresses in the system. This is your lead details page. This page is easily accessed from your mobile device as well. From here, you can see all information that applies to this particular lead. If you click on their address, that opens your navigation app, drives you right to the project. We also share some helpful Zillow information, such as the home value, square footage, the distance from your location, even a link to any previous Zillow listings, so now you know what you're walking into before you ever get to the property. From within this lead, we can log notes about them. You can check out your showroom samples and keep track of those. We all know how expensive samples can get over the course of the year if you're losing them and have to replace them, not to mention the missed business because the samples weren't in your store. You can create tasks and schedule automatic text message and email reminders to be sent out to your customers and your staff. For example, let's say, excuse my writing. Let's schedule a measurement task. We'll say I'm going out to Bob the buyer's house tomorrow at 12:15 p.m. I can schedule automatic reminders, up to 4 of them, to be sent out to not just the customer, but also the employee or multiple employees that are tagged in this lead, or tagged in this task, rather. I can send a reminder right now to the customer, then again a week before, a day before, an hour before. You get to choose that frequency. For today, we'll just do immediately. Right there, your customer and your installers, sorry, your customer and your employee, rather, received a text message notifying them you are scheduled for measurement for Bob the buyer. That's the text message that went to the customer. This is the one that went to the employee. You see that text that just came through on my phone? That's Floorzap reminding me of the task I just created. This is how accountability works in real life. Automatic, quick, and simple. From within this lead profile, you can view all text messages that have been sent. You can upload and manage documents, such as photos, measurements, or signed proposals. From here, you can easily attach those documents to the quote, the invoice, or the work order for your customer or your installers to view. This is where Floorzap really shines. We can build professional quotes in minutes using templates. All of your products, labor rates, and pricing are already loaded in the system. We connect your Floorzap to your account with most of your vendors, so their products with your programmed pricing show up in your system automatically. We check for product and price updates daily. So if there are price changes, you're notified, and with 2 clicks, you can import the changes. Let's create a quote for Bob the buyer. To create a quote, you can either start adding line items one by one and pray you don't forget anything, or you can start from a template. These templates are curated by you and your team. You create them, save them, and use them over and over to start new projects. For example, here's what a carpet quote template might look like. You'll see these 4 boxes across the top up here on the top right. As I build this quote, you'll see the quote total with sales tax figured automatically based on job site address. You'll see my total profit dollars, profit margins, and even salesperson commissions. These numbers are live. As we're building this quote, is figuring all of those numbers for you. You can see at a glance what you're making before you even send the quote out. So in this template, you'll see we've got a generic carpet. I've got every one of the pad options we sell at my fake store here, followed by every carpet labor line I might need to write a carpet quote. The first thing I need to do is change that generic product for whatever the customer has selected. Here's that product list I mentioned earlier. It's a combination of both B2B products from vendors that participate in B2B and those products that come from vendors, smaller vendors that don't participate in B2B. You can quickly and easily sort, filter, and search for whatever it is you're looking for. I'm trying to find a Shaw carpet with the word fresh in the name. Cheerful Times, that's the one I was looking for. That just swapped out that generic product for what my customer picked. When we measured 600 square feet. Which pad option did my customer choose? They wanted the charity 8-pound. We've got 400 square feet of carpet to remove. We've got 3 rooms of furniture. And we have no floor prep. They're in just a couple of minutes. And you can do this in the customer's home on your iPad if you choose to. In the top right, you see we wrote a quote for $4,380. Floorzap figured the sales tax for you automatically based on job site address. You see the profit dollars, profit margins, and salesperson commissions. All live. When this quote's ready, you can text it to the customer, you can email it to the customer. Of course, you can print it and hand it to them in the store if you wish to. I'm going to go ahead and text this one to myself so that you all can see what that process looks like. That link came, I clicked the link. There's my quote, as your customer would see it on their own device. You can also choose if you want to itemize line item quantities and prices. You can bundle and group those. You can hide any information you want to hide. When your customer receives this, they have a couple of options at the bottom. They can click to print it. They can choose revise and send a note to the salesperson. Add bedroom 2. The salesperson can make those changes and send the quote back to them. You'll notice here, if I refresh my screen, add bedroom 2. Let's say I've added it. I resend the quote. Now the customer is happy. They simply click the approve button. This is where the magic happens. When the customer approves the quote, just like that, it becomes an invoice. It's automatically sent to your customer to collect signatures and payment. No double entry, no chasing signatures, no wondering where things stand. So for example, on my invoice here, you'll see I'm asking for a deposit of 50%. You can set up your own deposits. You can require initials anywhere you want initials. The customer scrolls down through your terms and conditions or contracts that you use. They use their finger right there on their own device to click to sign and then choose their payment method. Floorzap is the credit card processor. If your customer chooses credit card or ACH, they enter their banking information. Floorzap processes the payment, deposits the funds to your account. We'll say that today I'm paying cash. When that happens, the customer receives a text message notifying them we've received their signature, and we'll contact them within a specified amount of time. The salesperson also receives a text notifying them their job has been accepted, signed, and in this case, the customer wants to pay cash. From here, Floorzap creates work orders and purchase orders automatically. Let me refresh my screen. Here are your purchase orders and work orders. Need to order materials? One place to do that is from the shopping cart. It generates the purchase order automatically, which can be sent directly from Floorzap to a sales rep, an order desk at the vendor. You can also log in online in a separate browser window, order directly from the vendor's website. We provide you the PO number, the side mark, even the SKU numbers needed to place the order. We'll mark this as ordered. ETA, they've given us the order number, where we're shipping it to. Anything in stock, you can allocate the inventory manually, or as I've got my system set up, to automatically allocate inventory. So now we know the carpet's on order, the pad has been allocated. No more end of month guessing if you've made money or not. Across the top, you're seeing all of your expenses. There's even a cost sheet to show profitability in real time. Once materials are ready, let's schedule the job. One place to do that is from right here. You choose the contractor. We'll choose me again so I can show you what that looks like. We'll check his availability. This guy likes to work Saturdays. He'll be there on the 8th. And then you choose if you want to notify your customer that you scheduled this installation. We'll say yes. Right there, the customer and the installer both received a text message notifying them we scheduled the installation for those 2 days. So since I've made myself the installer, I can show you exactly what they see. Your installers have a Floorzap installer app on their phone. It's an incredibly simple app. It has 8 large buttons, and it translates to Spanish when you need it to. Let's get back to my schedule here. So for example, here's what the installer sees. 8 simple buttons. He can see the job details, where he sees at the top the customer's contact information. He sees his scheduled dates. He'll see descriptions, quantities, and pickup locations for materials. The installer will never see the invoice. He has no idea what the customer is paying. And then at the bottom, he sees his scope of work and what you're planning to pay him to do the job. From the app, your installers can also mark jobs as completed. They can upload before and after pictures, and they can even send out a completion certificate to have that customer sign off that they're happy or they're not. Something else I really want to show you today are our product QR codes. From your product list, you can print QR codes as live showroom price tags for your products in your store. Let's search for the most popular vinyl plank, probably in the world, VV012. Most of you know what that is. Color Calypso. This product, you can see the QR code we provided. Your team can easily print these, stick these on your samples in your showroom, and then when a customer or a salesperson clicks on those, or scans those rather, here's what they see. At the top, it will have your store information, your store logo. They see the retail selling price, material descriptions. If this is something you have in stock in your warehouse, you can even choose to show available quantities if you wish to. You can see at the bottom there, your customers can like this. When they click that, it saves that product to their profile within the CRM. The beauty of this is when your vendor updates pricing, it's automatically updated on the QR code. You do not have to retag your showroom every time prices change. These prices are tied back to the B2B price book. So that's Floorzap from a 90,000 foot view, from lead to quote to installation to payment, all in one connected system designed specifically for flooring retailers. If you're tired of juggling 5 different tools that barely talk to each other, this is how you simplify and get your evenings back.